I believe we were spiritual beings once who degenerated and fell. All we need is to believe it. Why any traditional process like Supreme Reality Caravans is required.
We were not spiritual beings once. We have been spiritual beings throughout. But what kind? Ignorant spiritual beings who never were living a righteous life. Had we, through our spiritual wisdom, purified ourselves, we would never have degenerated and fallen. So, just believing that we were spiritual beings once, and all that we have to do now is believe that we had spiritual wisdom in the past, which we lost, and it lies within us, and merely by believing we can recover it is false. No spiritual being can ever fall. I cannot imagine myself falling or any seeker under my guidance ever falling. Anything that is vulnerable to falling hasn't evolved in a pure way yet to that level. Thoughts can change, emotions can change, imagination can change. A reality that we arrive at through a real process and hard work can never be lost. This misconception that we were spiritual beings once arose from New Age spirituality. I have heard a lot of people mention about the civilization of Atlantis that sank, that all who were there in that time were very evolved, and then the continent was lost. People in that civilization must have been evolved, but they were materially evolved. They had evolved metaphysical powers. I would not say their spiritual wisdom was evolved. Real spirituality was not evolved. Structures that you create physically and metaphysically grow the ego, grow pride, grow hunger for more power. Grow wrong habits. That's why such civilizations sink. Have you ever heard any fallen mystic? Can you imagine all the great names, all the great mystics that we read about? Can you imagine them falling? It's not possible. Free your mind of this misconception. It will block spiritual growth. Coming to our traditional process. Truth has never changed. Supreme reality, what it was thousands of years ago, it still is. Supreme reality does not evolve. It is supreme and already complete, already absolute. What it creates evolves. In our process, the destination is the supreme reality. And this was also the destination of mystics in the past. So this destination will never change. It will always remain traditional. That's another thing that different mystics, for going towards it, saw it differently. But they all arrived at the same supreme reality. Coming to the path, there is a lot of constant content, lot of practices that never change, core practices of seeking towards the supreme reality never change. What appears to have changed actually is because when mystics are guiding, to make the mind in that time in which they are guiding understand, they reason differently. They make them practice things differently to free their minds. So that is not because the old mystical paths are no longer valid and have to be shed. It's not that. So nothing that in a real way evolves, and here it is not even evolution in creation. This is awareness. This is growing your consciousness. Awareness, once you have it, is not lost. It cannot be lost. All the things that we can lose are transient. Consciousness is eternal. It can't be lost once you become conscious. So this perception is not right.